Welcome everybody to our second meeting of the month for the month of, we're still in March, right?
March, correct.
Yeah. Lot to go over today, again, like always, but I'd like to lead off with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, to get started, we have an executive session on the agenda, and I have the attorney here. In order to make best use of his time, I'm going to make a motion to move the executive session to the front of the agenda to discuss matters regarding personnel.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye. Sorry.
I want to make another request to modify the agenda only because, where'd Anthony go?
He's on loan.
I wanted, because we had other people here, I wanted to take care of those. I wanted to get into some of the purchase requests first. Is that okay with the board?
I mean, it is a Vandy's ready.
Okay.
Should we just rest?
Coming right up the stairs now, Mayor.
Thank you. We'll take care of all of them, but I'm going to ask to move the water department flow meters up front while Anthony is here. So Anthony, please come forward.
Afternoon, everyone. Okay. Everybody can hear me fine, right?
Yeah.
So, good afternoon.
You can turn on, hit the speaker though, Anthony. It may pick up better on the, there you go,
Is that better?
much.
Great. Okay, so, would you like to start with wastewater or with water?
Water, please.
Okay, so water, actually today,
You want this?
sure, yes please. Might be helpful. So actually today, they are hitting a nice milestone of doing a hydraulic startup on the existing Trident TR210A units. These are the old ones that were rehabbed. They replaced all of the instrumentation with the exception of one item that we'll discuss. And they're doing a hydraulic startup right now just to make sure that all of the new instrumentation is relaying its signals as it should before they move on with the full startup, which will include the new equipment that's in the new building. That is scheduled for April 21st. So we have a partial startup today. The contractor is still on schedule. They expect to be done by June, including punch list items. This is favorable, of course. The UV portion is already done, up and running. All the pumps are replaced. All of the piping down in the basement is redone. The new building is up and fully finished with its architectural and structural features in place, including HVAC actually. There's still some electrical work being done, but it's definitely moving along. The breezeway is enclosed as well. Very pleased with the way things are going. Having said that, one thing that we need to request the board's consideration and approval for is we would like to propose another contingency allowance charge for flow meters. The short explanation is that until now, all of the chemical dosing that goes into the filtration system, which I'll try and keep it really simple, it's 3 different stages of coagulants for a different size flock, and the different coagulants are are supposed to be dosed with a concentration. You're trying to maintain a certain concentration within the water going. Well, you can't maintain a concentration unless you know how much water is going through, right? How am I going to maintain 1% if I don't know 1% of what? So what we need is a flow meter. There are existing flow meters there that are from the 90s. They're of the technology that's not preferred today anymore. Those were called orifice plate flow meters. And they have a differential pressure gauge with two small pipes connected to either side in front and after the orifice plate, which is kind of a restrictor of the flow. And what they do is, based on the differential pressure, there are equations that give you an estimate of how much flow is going through. Having said that, because we're talking about water that is heavily coagulated, those smaller tubes tend to clog. So it is a maintenance difficulty, and also the precision is poor, right? So, you know, our accuracy is what we want. I'm sorry, the precision may be okay. Precision would be with respect to being able to repeat the result, but it's not accurate because it's not the right number that we're approaching. So we recommend that we move forward with inline mag meters. We would need one for each filtration unit so that it can control the amount of chemical that's going in automatically and maintain the proper concentrations. This is not how it's being done today. Today, it's all being dialed by hand, approximately. And I'll say that when these filter units failed, something like 20 years ago, I wasn't around, so I can't speak with a lot of confidence as to what happened. But I do know that the Tridents in nature are filters that work within a specific window, right? So if you're undercoagulating, you will not meet your treatment limits. If you are overcoagulating, you will clog up the green sand media, which will build up pressures and could lead to blow-offs, kind of like happened in one of the blowers, as you may be aware, right? I'm not sure exactly what year it happened, but it has happened. So we did get a quote from the contractor. It's including material and labor. It's $18,618. I find this to be a fair price. The material cost is, I could put that up real quick here. It's about $12,000 alone in material. So they're putting $6,000 in for their miscellaneous fittings and their time to install. They have to bring out somebody to calibrate. They have to repaint piping. Everything said and done, I find it to be a reasonable price, and we recommend that it be approved. Having said that, the allowance that currently stands on that contract, out of the $200,000, we still have $130,000 we haven't spent. So even if we did approve it right now, I'm doing some quick math. Even if we did approve it right now, we would still have $111,000 in contingency spending money in that contract alone. Any questions?
First, I'd like to make a motion to approve the new flow meters.
Second.
Now we go into discussion.
This is like an overwhelming bunch of information for.
I'm sorry.
No, it has nothing to do with you. It's just the fact that I don't understand.
It's
how
probably
it works.
because I ask too many questions when he first comes in, and
Yeah, no,
he
no.
expects everybody to ask us
Yeah, no, it's
to
great.
know what I need to know.
I'm thrilled that we're updating those systems.
Okay.
And you said it'll be automatic as opposed to manual now.
Yes.
And do those run every day, all day, or do they run episodically, or?
They're called to run with the pumps. So the pumps will start the chemical dose. So there's the pumps that deliver the water, right? And that'd be your large pumps that are pumping in probably 700 gallons a minute. But you're trying to maintain a small concentration of the chemicals. For rough numbers now, I'm just going to say 1%. It's a lot less, but let's just say 1%, right? So the pumps calling on for 700 gallons per minute tell the chemical feed pump it's time to start dosing. Your flow meter would read and say, I'm getting 700 through, ergo I need 1% of that. Chemical pump is told to send 7 gallons over, right? And depending on, every time it just reads the flow, and it kind of controls the speed of the chemical dosing. Whereas the forward flow pumps, the actual conveyance pumps, those are the ones that call the chem to run in the first place. So there's two signals, your discrete and your analogic.
I guess my question is, how many hours a day are they in theory?
Well, the plant is staffed, I believe, 16 hours a day, right? And they would be running those 16 hours while the plant is producing water. They don't run consistently throughout the 16 hours. It does switch on and off depending on distribution demand and the level monitoring up at the Violet Hill pump station, the storage tank up there. So within that 16-hour window, you could speculate that it probably is kicking on and off to have a total run time of maybe 8 to 10 hours a day.
But these aren't huge, the flow meters themselves don't consume.
Oh, for power needs? No, they are low voltage
Yeah, no,
equipment.
no, that wasn't right.
I thought you were worried about
No,
energy.
no, it's just curious about.
Yeah.
It's
So
your own winemaking coming through you.
Absolutely.
it is,
Precision accuracy.
This is not wine.
Precision and accuracy. they're the
It's
same.
better than wine.
It's better than wine.
so these flow meters, they are a capital investment, but there are return benefits. And in terms of, I guess, operations and maintenance costs, maybe once a year, every 2 years, you would calibrate them. But their electricity cost to operate is extremely low. It's 24 volt. It's not even, it's negligible.
I had a question and then it fell out of my head. Where does this put our contingency, and do you think we will need more of our contingency between
Like
now
I said,
and?
we have 111, in the general fund, we have 111,000 left out of contingency.
Yes. And then you have another 50,000 left in the electrical contract, and you have another 25,000 untouched in the HVAC.
Okay.
So you'll have close to $190,000, 180. And
Do you anticipate needing,
It's the problem with
I
contingency.
know, right, yeah,
Right.
like between like now and June, right?
I don't anticipate any large scope changes or unforeseeable. We're through
We're beginning to ratchet
the
down.
bulk of the work.
Yeah.
But having said that, there are discussions to be had about any miscellaneous items that the village would like to consider. I know that operators on both the water and wastewater side have things that they would like to see picked up if it's available in the budget, but that's for internal discussion.
How
The
do we
only,
spend that contingency, right, yeah.
well, the only one that I can discuss right now that in the board has been discussed before, and we asked the contractor last year for a unit price quote, if you recall, for dredging the lagoon in front of the water plant.
Yes.
So he actually circled back to ask me about that, if we want to incorporate it into the spring schedule. I said, we need to wait till we get out of the base scope before we consider what else we would do on top of that. But I know that that is one of the items that the operators definitely want to see happen, because that lagoon is getting shallower as it's getting more full with silt.
So roughly, where are we in terms of percent done?
Percent completion of the work, I would say right now we're comfortably at 80%, potentially even more.
That's great.
All of the equipment's in, most of it's been started up, and they expect to have all of their startups done by mid-April, which would leave us, April 21st, right, is their startup date for the Trident, which would leave us doing some punch list work, which is when essentially we walk around the site and scrutinize everything and say, I don't like that, fix it, right?
Right, yeah. Amazing.
Fantastic. Or paint that one again.
Yes.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
And very quick summary of the wastewater status
Yeah,
update.
why we have you.
Yep, so the quick status update of the wastewater plant is the mechanical bar screen is up and running. Everybody's pleased with that, it's performing well. We did, over at the end of February, spilling into early March, make the transition of starting up the first sand filter, that's for the EA side. And, we worked out any kinks that we came across, and we have fully transitioned to using that as our sole treatment source right now, as we proceed now to renovate the oxidation side sand filter, which we anticipate is going to be going much faster now for a couple of reasons. One, all of the equipment is at the site already, so we're not waiting on lead times anymore. And when you do something a second time around, you're probably going to do it faster than the first after you figured out some things, right? Having said that, there's been discussions in previous board meetings about some contingency allowance charges on the first filter. And what we did is we took those lessons learned, and we made some modifications to the oxidation side before they set off into the demo. And I'm still waiting on a price for them, so I don't know what that cost is going to be, but I have asked for a credit on making some modifications to the oxide ahead of construction, so that we see a credit coming and maybe alleviate some of the expenses that we incurred on the EA side. So hopefully I'll be presenting that credit to you soon.
Great,
All going well.
fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic.
Welcome. Thank you for all your work.
A quick, thank you. A quick lead time there would be the contractor anticipates that they'll have started up the second unit, including the UVs, also by end of May. So we're almost there.
Yeah.
Wow,
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you, everybody.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to stay in purchase requests, and I'm going to shift to the first one on top of the list, office computer and lobby display purchase request. We have 2 quotes in the packet, one for 2 systems. One is, I'm going to go with the cheaper one first, and that's for the lobby, and it's behind that TV or any TV monitor we put in there. We currently don't have a way to cast to that system anymore. And to use that TV screen to cast anything reliable to and not tie up one of our existing computers to have it casting while it's doing it, right? It'd be good if we had on the back of it a mounted computer that we could run stuff and go for. So to make use of displays and having information and content up on a bulletin board, a live bulletin board coming in. The cost of that unit is $524.99. I'd like to make a motion to approve the computer to attach to the back of the TV screen in the lobby.
Second.
Discussion.
Where in the budget is this coming from?
We had a computer line item, so we had an IT service line and it's there.
So it's inside the existing budget?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're not robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Great.
It's not a lot of money, but I'm just wondering, is it really necessary?
It's a convenience for people if they're coming into a meeting and they say court is upstairs, rather than knocking and trying to find somebody, as simple as that, to saying meeting on April 14th for anybody that comes in. It's a display purpose, and that's really, it's a communication board that we don't have.
Who would manage it?
Martina?
I'm just thinking it might be more practical to make sure that the calendar is always updated.
I'm sorry, what?
If we keep the calendar updated, I mean, once you're here, you don't need to know what's happening because you already came here.
We have people that come in every day who don't know where they're going, so it is helpful to have it.
And when if there's any kind of meeting upstairs, we could say X meeting upstairs, whatever. So it is a lot of interruptions to all the office staff because they don't know where things are going sometimes.
Like half the voters that came in the other day stopped by my office to ask where voting was. And there was a sign.
And did we have to post public notices at a certain point on paper?
We do.
We do. Can this substitute for that?
No, we still have to post in paper. But it does give people information.
Yeah, no, I mean, we can put all kinds of information on there.
Yeah, I think more communication with the public is a good thing.
We tried it and we were trying casting and it's just been a colossal failure to get it to work right.
Like we tried the Chromecast at the beginning, we did all kinds of stuff, yeah.
Can I say something? On quick?
Sure, David.
If there's a sign where to go vote, what makes you think if they're gonna not pay attention to the sign but look at a TV monitor?
Because
It
it's
just-
directly facing
It's
the
right as
door.
soon as you walk in the door, it's in your face.
People like TV.
You know what I mean, though.
It's hard to make people read, it's true. Some people are readers, some people are not.
You could say court upstairs.
I think this is a good idea to like try and communicate in a better way, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, but like, I don't think we should not try. We've gotten a lot of commentary over the past number of years about, communications, and so I think anything we can do to try and improve our communications in any way is, as long as it's financially reasonable and inside our budget, that, yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me.
And even though we have signs, it's always like, court, where's court? Upstairs. I use this analogy. My I'm gonna throw my wife under the table a little bit here. We spent many a winter up at Wyndham, and she was inside the lodge, right? I was always out on the mountain. She was the greeter coming inside the lodge. People would come off the mountain, and there's a 16-inch clock right above her head, right? And they would, all day long, what time is it? It's kind of the same thing, you know? God bless her, she did a great job answering that question and never once said anything, but sometimes do this, right? And, you know,
I know, right? I think there's also an interesting opportunity here of like people wandering in and out all day and then not knowing that, say, there's like a planning board meeting that night or a ZBA meeting that night or a whatever meeting that night. It's like it could also just sort of remind people what's on the calendar because folks don't look at the calendar and there's lots of stuff on the calendar.
What we do here.
Yeah, what we do here, yeah.
So Martina has worked with PCA to work this out. So this is the recommendation from PCA.
Cool.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Move on. Okay, the next one, I'm not 100%, I'll be honest with you on this one. This one is for a spare laptop downstairs. It can come, we've had occasions when equipment has failed and we haven't had another one to go to. So people have had to work hard to work around that, and sometimes we can't get PCA here right away to do that. Martina lost 2 days one time. There is opportunity for other people to come in and use it if they want. They didn't bring a laptop or a computer with us. The trustees can come in and this computer would be available. We do have the money to cover it. The total cost is $1,684.99.
The idea behind it from PCA as well, though, was to use that as the computer to cast from.
Right, but we chose to go with the lesser option.
No. You would still need another computer to cast.
No, when we have the computer on the display, that computer can run anything on that display.
But you still need a monitor and whatnot somewhere to cast it from.
Wait, so what we just voted on is not both screen and...
No, it's just the computer.
No,
It mounts to the back of the TV.
Yeah.
Right, but where are you getting the image from? Right now, there's a computer down there that's hooked up, but you still have to cast it from my computer.
Wait,
No.
sorry.
Yes, that's what I have to do to it.
Today you do, yeah.
Yes.
When we hook a computer up to like that computer down there doesn't work to cast that well to the screen. This will be mounted and directly hardwired right into the TV. And whenever we're running on that computer, off the keyboard, we say, go put this out there,
There
we'll
wouldn't be
display
a
it.
key. Yeah, you still need a display. That's what the second computer is for.
Sorry, okay.
Now I'm confused.
Now I'm good. Yeah, I think we should table this for the
Yeah,
we need to
now
table
I'm
it.
confused.
Because, I mean, the other way to do it is you could also just like put a jump drive into the back of the screen. So I think we need like,
No, that one doesn't work. That's too old to.
okay, all right,
Yeah,
well, that's how we.
That's why we need we need a computer to drive it. We were driving it from a remote PC before, and the casting was always dropping. We could never keep it running live. So we set up this other desktop out there. That desktop is now non-functional, so old, and so we needed something to drive that display. And that's how it was explained to me. That computer will drive the display, and then,
Yes, it could be its own thing. If we wanted to cast it, it would have to come from the
yeah, if
second
you want
one.
to cast
Yes.
something else,
Yeah, so what you
can
just approved
cast
can
from-
be its own singular, but what the
Yeah.
secondary computer would be not only a backup computer for somebody who doesn't have one, or for trustees to come in and use, it would be to cast, if we wanted to.
It could cast as well.
Because right now, I have to go out into the lobby, put on the whole thing, the display, the whatever. Otherwise, we could do it from the office.
And when we put a new computer, we'll have a remote keyboard and we'll log into the remote keyboard.
Right.
So she won't have to go out to the lobby to do anything. We could do it right from inside. And
Lobby's not that big.
I don't know about the second one. If we want to cast something different, yes, you could use that.
I think we should think about these as two separate things.
Right.
The lobby computer quote that we just accepted is an entire thing all on its own that we don't need any additional equipment in order to have planning board meeting at 6 PM displayed on the thing.
On the current TV.
Correct?
I don't know.
Say yes.
Yes.
Because that'll be connected to our internet, and from our internet, we can drive anything off of anything we want.
Basically, you're using the TV as its own computer.
Yeah, we're going to use the TV as its monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that, the $500 one.
Okay, and we don't need an additional computer for that.
You don't need it.
Okay, so this like $1,700 laptop, which is honestly the most expensive laptop I've ever heard
Not a
of.
laptop.
It's all to full.
Desktop.
Oh, it's a full desktop,
Full
okay. Where would that computer live?
At the second desk in my office.
Got it.
So it's not a laptop, it's a desktop.
It's a
desktop.
desktop.
There used to be a second one in the mayor's office, and then that computer crapped out on us. But that was intended for the trustees or people who needed to come in to use the village laptop. Or a village computer, I should say.
I mean, is there any sort of non-trustee reason for this? Because we all seem fairly self-sufficient with our laptops
And our phones.
and our phones.
It could be used as a backup. That's how this came about, was because my computer stopped working
Right.
for 2 days, and I didn't have,
We don't have a spare anywhere
we don't have a spare.
Got it.
for anybody that fails.
And it's just the unit, right? It's not a monitor, we have plenty of monitors?
Correct,
We have a monitor, yeah.
correct.
Well, then it's just having your own box.
Huh?
Then it's another box, it's not useful, it's just a box.
We have a
No, we
monitor.
have monitors.
Oh, you have monitors, I see spare monitors.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, if you feel like this is really pricey, should we get some other quotes?
And, like, my question isn't necessarily the expense. If it's inside our budget, and if it's being, you know, and if you guys have figured it out, like, if this is a computer that we need, my question is, is this a piece of equipment that we need?
It's a backup.
Right.
It's a
The
backup.
2 days I didn't have one, yeah, I could have used that.
I think we should hold off on this because we keep spending, everything's not a lot, it's a little this, a little that, and that adds up to things that would buy, higher priced items that might be even more needed.
Well, I hear that, but we're also in March, and our fiscal year ends at the end of May, and if we don't spend these line items, then we lose them forever, which is fine, and it rolls into fund balance, and then we have we've underspent the budget. But this is the sort of thing that you would get at the end of a fiscal year if there's extra money in a budget.
We have the
Again-
money to do it, if you want to.
So a desktop computer, you think is what we need, not like an extra laptop? I'm just
I
like,
have a desktop, it's much cheaper to get the horsepower than the desktop than a laptop. And plus, when a laptop goes, then you lose it all, right?
And that is the cheapest thing in IAS, which they actually already took off 200 because we already have a mouse and a keyboard. But I asked why it was such an expensive thing, and that's like the minimum nowadays because of,
all of the computer
Everything.
needs that
Yeah.
apparently we all need.
yeah,
So basically, what you're saying is it would be a secondary workstation in your office.
correct. That would be accessible to any staff member.
Yeah.
Do we have,
And eventually, the other computers are gonna go, and then that one could be swapped in.
Right,
or-
that's true. We don't have any backup equipment.
We have no backups for anything at today at all.
Right.
And that's what prompted this, is that like a month ago, I was,
You were stranded for 2 days.
yes.
Right.
I still think it'd be, planning ahead, we should put this into some capital fund or something. We have money left over. I don't think we should just keep spending.
I mean, every year we budget to a computer line item, and this is us spending that computer line item, right? Like, if we want to sort of think about this differently, then I think we need to think about the budget differently.
Okay. We made a motion, have a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Hey,
Did you
Thank
get
you.
Thank you. Where do we go?
You didn't, I don't have a motion for that.
Yeah, I made the motion.
Gary made the motion, I think I seconded it. Or Rick seconded it?
The next on this arch top for, actually it's listed as wastewater, but this is for It's actually for our fiber optics communications down at wastewater, water, and highway. And each one is $99.99 a month. We currently pay $134 each through Spectrum, so it's a roughly a $34 savings to move off of Spectrum and connect to Archtop and get a higher service at all 3 sites. I'd like to make a motion to approve Archtop fiber for each.
Second.
Any discussion?
This is part of what we were trying to do.
Right.
Yeah, they finally got into the town, so that's why we can do it
Yep,
now.
we can,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So that, thank you. We will communicate that. Next, EV charging stations.
Okay, so I did a little bit of an analysis on the rates that we charge at our level 2 EV charging stations. As a reminder, we have 4 in the main municipal parking lot and 4 over here in the smaller municipal parking lot. I'd like to make a motion that we set the new rate at 45 cents per kilowatt hour with a $5 fee if they continue to park their car there after 3 hours.
Second.
Discussion. So just to give you a little bit of background, the cost of electricity has really gone up. And that really came to light for me in looking over the projected budget with Karen. In the past, it's been like $7,000. This year, she's budgeting for $12,000. So with that concern, I ran some numbers. We've been charging $1 an hour. That's about 25 cents per kilowatt hour. We've used 43.6 megawatt hours for the year of 2025. Just fun fact, that's 4,500 user sessions over the course of 2025.
Over all 8.
Yeah, all 8.
Yeah. So we're at 45 cents per kilowatt hour, to Gary's point in the past, it's really calculated, it should be calculated more on the kilowatt hour rather than like the per hour that you're sitting there and charging, or the minutes. Because it does vary according to how your car draws, like how fast your car draws electricity from the charging station. So if it's 45 cents per kilowatt hour, that could range from $1.50 an hour to $3 an hour, right? But that range really puts us squarely within what's kind of the going rate in the area. So that seems perfectly doable, and that would get us to a point where we're breaking even. But the tricky part here is that we don't want to think of this as like a revenue stream where we're making money off of it, right? So we're just trying to estimate as best we can, and we could think about if there were any surplus to put that money in a specific fund for future upgrades to the EV charging infrastructure. You guys have any questions?
Yeah, I do. Here's my concern. 45 cents a kilowatt hour, you said is in range. It is in range for level 3 charging stations. The high power, 350 watt level 3, you're paying 47 to 51 cents a kilowatt hour. This is level 2. It doesn't draw near the energy and doesn't have near the cost factor that a level 3 does. I have a really concern that we are going to drive customers away from our level 2 chargers by charging the same rate that you could get at a level 3 charger anywhere else. If I did the analysis I said, if you just double the rate from 20, to $2 an hour, whatever the kilowatt hour rate is, we would double our revenue going into the next year by what we've already brought in. and we could bring in another between $7,000 and $8,000, which would make us even for going forward. So $3 an hour,
No, I'm saying, instead of $3 an hour, I'm saying the rate should be 45 cents an hour.
yeah, I know, but
Which I think
but-
is about, I think if we have been charging about 25 cents an hour, I think we're kind of on the same page.
but not at 47 cents an hour, 45 cents an hour is going to drive people away.
I challenge that assertion. I don't think people are cost comparing charging prices when they drive into the village of Rhinebeck and park at one of our charging stations. So I think
Have you
there's,
spoken to any of them?
yeah,
And
and
at today's rate, they love it.
at today's rate, they love it because it's cheap.
Cheap, I know,
Right.
but let's double it, not
They're
triple
still
it.
gonna park here because it's the only charging stations in the village of Rhinebeck. And so if anybody's driving an electric car into the village of Rhinebeck and they wanna charge it, they're going to do it here. They're not gonna drive to Red Hook and use theirs and then come back, right? And additional, so like, there's that point, and then there's also the point of, I think we have gone past the point where governments need to be subsidizing the use of this particular technology. And so I am deeply unsympathetic to the idea that this needs to be a subsidized, a subsidized service.
Nobody's requesting to
I have
subsidize it.
I have
We're
a question
requesting it to
about
break
the,
even.
I have a question about what's in the fees, the $8,000? What's included in that?
So currently today, we pay to charge point. We pay for a cloud that if you don't have the cloud, you can't set electric rates and you can't charge the public, right? And we also pay for a service contract if the things break. So they are the two things that we pay. We pay for the cloud, it's $370 per station per year, right? For the service, it's a little bit confusing based on the bills that we get, because we get a bill for $5,620, but that's for 18 months, not a year, right? So what we put into our budget was an 18-month fee, not a yearly fee, and therefore our fees are exasperated over 18 months, not a year. And I've been after ChargePoint to give me a yearly, and I don't have that. And I would prefer to wait till we have a yearly number before we know exactly what the fees are, rather than going with an 18-month, $5,620 plan that we got.
And also, it looks like we made up to this point, we're $2,000 ahead according to the...
No, we're in the hole today.
Well,
We're in the
that's-
hole by
I'm just saying-
$6,000.
Okay, I'm saying that that's not what's reflected in that analysis.
Yeah, it is. In the analysis, we have the electric rate plus the
You
service.
might, I'm just saying what I was said 10,000 versus 8,000, that's a $2,000.
We're $6,000, but to everybody's point, we're right now in the hole, $6,000.
That's what I needed to know.
We need to make up that additional cost. Another thing is, I called Central Hudson, and we are currently on the on-demand meter rate charge,
Oh.
Right.
which is killing us, and I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
And they said we could request to go, since they're EV charging stations, to get off the on-demand, which would bring our electric rates significantly lower. So, but I don't have a figure.
All right,
Red
so
Hook-
maybe we take.
Red Hook has done the exact same thing. They lobbied and got all theirs off the demand charge, which is exasperating the rate.
Right. And that's because it's part of the police station.
And Central Hudson, if you, for support EV, they will take you off the off-demand.
So it sounds like we should table this.
I agree.
But Gary, I just wanted for the record, my proposal is 47 cents
I know.
per kilowatt hour.
I know,
47.
I know,
Oh, sorry, 45,
45 cents,
yeah.
right.
And I think what we have been doing is about 25 cents per kilowatt hour.
I didn't calculate the rate per kilowatt hour, because we did it on time, not on hour, not on rate, right?
I did it by the amount of revenue and then the electricity that was used for the year.
I'm just going to AAA website here, And they're saying the average cost in the United States right now is 42 cents a kilowatt hour average. And here in
For
New
what's a
York,
charger?
they're just saying all over per kilowatt hour for all level 1, 2, 3 fast charging. So that they're giving me a big aggregate number. And in New York, it's 40 cents a kilowatt hour. That's average overall levels.
I know, I prefer to go to a level 3 charger because it's quick. And I pay, right now I don't pay anything because it came with the car, but if I had to pay a rate, it was 51 cents a kilowatt hour at level 3.
So far, it's 40,
45.
45.
You know, Red Hook is less than that.
What's theirs?
He's
They
more
range
giving
from
me
12 to 25.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now.
So I'd like to table this until we can see if we can lower our electric rate and improve our costs.
How quickly do you think we can figure that out?
I gotta make some more phone calls.
Yeah,
Next.
because I do think that, especially given the hole that we're in this fiscal year, like, I think we do need to solve this problem in some way or another, whether it's by reducing our costs or by increasing our revenue. You heard what I said about subsidies on this.
Then maybe somehow find a regular schedule, get a regular schedule or find some way to monitor it so we don't find out at the end of the year that we undercharged.
Well, we made some improvements this year. Remember, it was difficult before, Eleanor, because we didn't have a separate meter
No, I
for
know
the
that,
chargers.
yeah.
So now we're getting data based on separate meters for the chargers. Except for the one in municipal lot, we have lights and other stuff on that one. But over here, the meter is only for the EV chargers. And over there, it's lights and EV, okay? So until this year, we really were able to
We didn't know.
pull it apart and know what we were paying. I'd like to come back next month with some
Okay.
numbers.
But I'd like to get it done next month because it's starting to be season.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay?
We had a motion and a second.
I'd like to withdraw or table a motion.
Or you could just vote nay.
I think tabling it is better because we don't want to not do it, and so we don't want to indicate to the public that we don't want to not do it, we just need more information. Okay. Is it possible to table it after we've had a motion and a second?
Yeah, you can amend the motion, which is
Great.
what Vanessa just did. She amended the motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Very good. All right. That takes care of purchase requests. Now I'm going to go back up to the top to Thomas, Dohan, Waxman, and Pettigrew have come forward with the new rate. At this time of year, they advise their clients of any anticipated changes in fees for the coming year. For the period beginning June 1st, 2026 through May 31st, 2027, they are proposing a $10 increase in the basic hourly rate to provide legal service for the village of Rhinebeck. Therefore, the hourly rate of the attorneys will increase from $250 to $260 per hour, including travel, and the hourly rate for paralegal services will increase from $125 to $135 per hour. I'd like to make a motion to approve Thomas, Dorhan, and Waxman Pettigrew LLP as our attorneys,
Second, these are our labor attorneys.
labor attorneys, yes.
Which is special. Okay.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So passed. Very good. Okay, next, renew employee dental and vision plans. We have a new quote from them, which is the same as the previous quote.
Whoa.
So nothing has changed in our,
I'll believe it.
in the, what, pardon?
I'll believe it.
Shut up and take it.
I'd like a motion to approve our dental and vision plan.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So passed.
Is there a reason why Kyle's here? Did we?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Kyle, what are you here for?
The containers?
Oh, I forgot about that. I'm sorry. Wasn't on my agenda.
We got a bunch of things on the agenda that's not on the agenda.
All right, so I'm gonna go back to it's the purchase requests, right? This is a request to purchase 3 pods out at the highway department, 1 for tree commission stuff and 2 for highway related stuff. And I'm going to turn it over to Kyle.
So at the end of the year with budget and purchasing to end up the fiscal year and obviously not to roll over any purchases into next year, as the mayor stated, we have 2 sheds down at the highway garage, which one of them came from here and transported, and Rick will tell you they're leaking, they're rotting, and everything else.
And they're too small.
And they're too small. So with looking at what we could do, either we could do another shed system and go to Bayhorse and pay over $35,000 and have sheds that everybody could be happy with, or we could buy a one-time use shipping container and get 3 of them for not exceeding $10,500.
For all 3?
What's that?
For all 3?
Yes.
For all 3.
Wow.
So it is my recommendation that we purchase these out of the, well, one of them will be purchased out of the,
Large tree pruning budget, which is.
and the other 2 will be out of the highway budget, which we're able to do.
I make a motion to approve the purchase of the 3 pods.
Second.
Discussion?
Have you looked into getting them used?
They are used.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, they are used. The problem is that they recommend no more than 3 trips on the pods because now the doors aren't sealed, they start leaking and everything else. So these are a 1-trip container, which are guaranteed to be sealed.
Cool, okay.
These are 20-footers.
And these are 3 20-footers. We looked at the 40-footer. I just think it would not have been,
Massive.
yes. So, and that would have cost another, believe it or not, another $1,000 to get 122, 140, where we can get 3 20s, and it'll be more, that's more manageable for us down there.
The tree commission thanks you.
How soon could we get them?
Tomorrow?
Well, we gotta get the sheds out of there first.
Yes, yes, but I will most likely, just to let you know, they will be, most likely be ordered either tonight or tomorrow to have them shipped, because what happens is the prices keep doing this. So we're locked in right now for a week with that price, so I don't want to go beyond that. We can get them here, we can set them ourselves while we're transferring everything out into the garage area, get rid of the sheds, and then setting new pods.
Just so everybody knows, the existing sheds, we're just gonna crush them.
Yeah,
They've lived their full life.
Yeah.
very much so.
So is this a one-shot place, or did you get other?
I got 3 different quotes. I got one in the Poughkeepsie area that we're going to, was the lowest quote. Newark, New Jersey was the next place. They were a little higher. They were like $4,000 higher for each of the 20-footers. And Kingston actually had the pods, but they were actually higher, but their pods were actually 5-time used. So we are actually getting a one-time use for cheaper price and still staying local. So I will have all those prices, obviously, those quotes attached to the voucher.
Thank you.
So you do well on this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in favor, we have made a motion, we have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Make a phone call.
All right.
Sorry for forgetting about you.
Nope, that's fine. Thank you.
I
Everybody have a good
just like you wanted to, you loved it so much you wanted to stay.
I can't disagree.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah.
He's so quiet, we didn't notice.
All right, next on the agenda, the
Hi, Kyle.
open ethics board positions. Martina, do you have that?
Yes, so last year, I don't know how or why, but we didn't post for a new ethics board member, so we technically have one person who hasn't actually been serving, but we still need to open that position. And then this year, we have another term expiring. One's already expired, the other one expires May 31st, so if we could post notice until, when is this? I don't know when you want. I mean, you could do it for the next meeting, or we could do it for the whole month of April, so,
Yeah, why not? We tend to have a hard time getting people interested in the ethics committee.
yeah, so keep it open till May 8th.
And then we can talk about it when?
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Keep it open till April 24th. That'll leave time for interviews and reviews, and then you can talk about it at the first meeting in May, which was the 12th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Lydia, planning board, zoning board.
Planning board,
and
zoning board,
CBIC.
and CBIC. All three of these boards/committees have their cyclical terms expire March 31st, and so all of these terms would begin April 1st. Darren Davidowicz's term on the planning board expires, and we posted for a planning board member, and Darren expressed, he was appointed midterm. He's expressed interest in being reappointed. We heard from no one else. I would like to make a motion to reappoint Darren Davidowicz to the planning board for a term ending in 2031.
Second. Discussion?
He's been great. He's helping with the zoning code.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Ditto with the ZBA, we have another 5-year term expiring. This was also a midterm appointment. It is Jason Greenwald's term. He has actually asked to be moved, if possible, to be an alternate. He's about to have twin baby girls, and he's got a 3-year-old. And so we posted it. He expressed interest in being either an alternate or, if need be, reappointed, but we also heard from someone else. And so I'm going to make a recommendation to appoint Lisa Fountain, who we all know, to the Zoning Board of Appeals for the term ending 2031.
Second.
That
Discussion?
was my motion?
No, you need a recommendation.
I make a motion.
Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
2031, you said?
2031. Okay, finally.
Well, you didn't make a motion to move Jason, though.
Oh, sorry, I'd like to make a second motion on that to appoint Jason to be a ZBA alternate.
Second.
And that is that's not a term, it's just a thing.
Right, there's an alternate.
Yeah.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Great. The last thing is the CPIC. So these folks sit in staggered 2-year terms, and so about half of the committee was appointed for a 1-year term, but they were appointed at like the end of August, and so they really only served, I don't know, 7 months, 8 months. So that group of folks whose 1-year term expires at the end of this month is John Clark, who's the co-chair, Mimi Jo Carnella, Lisa Fountain, Karen Unger, and Ernesto Martinek. They have all expressed desire for reappointment for a full 2-year term that would expire in 2028. So I would like to make a motion to reappoint John, Mimi, Lisa, Karen, and Ernesto to the CPIC for their term expiring 2028.
Second.
Second. Discussion? They're all doing a great job.
They're all doing a great job.
You know, there's no,
Yeah. Ernesto turns out is a genius at spreadsheets. It's amazing.
Oh, yes, he is.
Yeah.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It's really great.
Yeah.
Additionally, Jason Greenwald, who sits on the CPIC, same Jason Greenwald, has, his term expires in 2027. He has submitted his resignation. He did his something. He submitted his resignation for the same reasons, lots of babies. And so that happened. And so now we have a midterm vacancy for the term that expires in 2027. And I'll get to this in a minute. We put out a call for volunteers. We got a few responses, and I'm looking forward to actually chatting with all of them because they all seem very excited to engage, and I'd never heard of any of them, so that's amazing. But Mark Hodeling, who has been extremely helpful actually with the CPIC since its conception, has asked to be appointed to this position. And I would like to make a motion that we appoint him to fill out Jason's unexpired term that expires in 2027.
Second.
Whatever you like.
Mark's on the planning board?
Mark is not. He's just been engaging with the CPIC. He sits on 2 of the working groups. He's helping us with the communications. He bought Sunny's house. Yeah.
Good guy.
He's a really interesting guy. He expressed interest in being appointed last August, and he has stayed engaged.
Can you amend it to say to have Jason Greenwald? Do we need to accept his resignation? We don't have to?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
But actually, while we're talking about this, so part of the requirements of the CPIC is that we need someone who sits on the planning board, someone who sits on the ZBA, and someone who sits on the Climate Smart Task Committee, task force. Jason was the person who was representing the ZBA. I'd like to make it, I don't know if this is like a third motion or if this is just more for everybody's reference. Now that we've appointed Lisa to the ZBA, she is going to be the member of the CPIC that represents the ZBA, and then Mark is kind of an at-large, so the current term, the current person we're looking for is more of like an at-large person.
I think we should appoint Lisa to the CPIC as the,
As the ZBA person?
Yes,
Okay,
as
so
ZBA.
we can make that a separate motion. So in the meantime, this is the one for Mark to fill Jason's unexpired term.
all right, so to make the motion. Do it all.
Please don't do it all in
Can
one.
you-
You already appointed Lisa to the CPAC.
We need to amend that one. Okay, so I'd like to make the motion to appoint, didn't we already do this?
We
Make
did,
the
I
motion to
seconded it.
appoint Mark? Okay, so then we just need to vote on Mark.
We need to vote to appoint Mark
Yeah,
and Lisa.
yeah, but we're gonna do her separately.
Okay, I said make it a one vote, that's up to you.
Please make it separate.
I don't care.
Martina's asking to make it separate.
Okay,
Okay, so we need to vote on Mark.
right. Do we have a motion and a second?
Yes.
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, great. Although we have approved Lisa's reappointment to a term expiring 2028, I would like to make a motion to identify Lisa as the representative from the ZBA who sits on the CPIC.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
You done?
I'm done.
Thank you.
That's a mouthful.
That was a mouthful.
All right, resolutions. Vanessa, do you want to go into the,
Yes. All right, guys, this is an exciting one. I make a motion that we pass this resolution urging the enactment of the Packaging Reduction and Recycling Infrastructure Act.
Second.
Okay, so this is up at the state level. This would be a really impactful piece of legislation to reduce plastic waste in the first place. It sets goals for producers, for the corporations that are producing goods to reduce, they have goals to reduce their waste by 30%, I believe. It also, sorry, I'm not feeling great, you guys. It also prohibits toxic chemicals, I think 13 or 15 toxic chemicals that are used in the production of plastics. And it basically puts the responsibility of recycling this plastic waste back on the producers rather than the consumers. It's known as EPR. So this came to me through the subcommittee on the task force that's focusing on plastics. And we were looking at what can we do locally around plastic waste. And really what came to light is that this is such a systemic problem that it has to be dealt with at a higher level than just a local municipality. And so we're hoping that this board would pass this memorializing resolution so that we could signal our support for it at the state level. Sarah Hanna and Michelle Hinchy are both in favor of this.
I second the motion
It's already seconded.
to sign a letter of support for the packaging resolution.
Ellen already seconded. I think this is a great resolution. I think this is kind of a process question. I think the village needs to be cognizant, is probably the right word, of memorializing resolutions. I think this one is appropriate because we're trying to solve this problem, and the Climate Force Task Force was working on this, and so like this is like an actual like issue that the village is trying to like manage. But we get asked to pass memorializing resolutions for all sorts of stuff, kind of all the time, or at least I do. And I generally don't bring them to this board because I think that memorializing resolutions that have very little to do with the functionality of this village is performative legislation at best. And I'm not a huge fan of performative legislation. So I just wanted to say that out loud. This is not a resolution that falls into that category. But memorializing resolutions in general. Some communities even have sort of guidelines around which memorializing resolutions they will consider. So I just wanted to kind of say that all out loud. But this particular resolution has my support.
None of it is. We're saying we're in support of it. There's no action that we need to take.
Right.
Right, which is kind of.
Which is my point.
And honestly.
It's like a SNAPS resolution, and it's like, man, like this is great.
But that's part of the political process too, Lydia, is showing support across the state for this.
Yeah, and I think that this is an issue that particularly impacts, all villages and all communities who are trying to manage waste, trying to manage their waste. So yeah.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the next thing, this afternoon it came to all of us, a resolution passed by the Town of Rhinebeck, Resolution 2026-116, resolution requesting home rule legislation in New York State Legislature authorizing the Town of Rhinebeck to enact local legislation imposing an occupancy tax within the Town of Rhinebeck. They have asked us to pass a resolution in support of their resolution at today's meeting. I'm opening it up for discussion rather than vote. Quite honestly, there's nothing for us to vote on. We don't have a vote. The town is going to take this forward and take it to the state. I'm opening it up for discussion because we can't vote to approve it.
No, but they did ask us to at least signal that we're not going to fight it, right? And yeah, they passed two resolutions last night. One was their own occupancy tax resolution, and then one was a resolution basically asking us to offer our support to it. The resolution that they finally passed, I think, which was, Gary, you've been in conversation with our legislative team and town leadership. I think that the fact that they're going to spend the money on capital projects in the village, we mentioned it briefly in that meeting that we had a couple weeks ago. I think that's all we've been asking for this entire time, is that if they're going to be passing a tax on village assets, then they spend the money in the village, and they have offered to do that. So I'm perfectly fine with supporting this. I don't think we need to go through the whole process of drafting out a 2-page resolution on it, but I'm comfortable making a motion to support the town of Rhinebeck's 2026-116 resolution.
Second.
I'll second that. All right, any more discussion? I'm in agreement. There's no.
Yeah, I think this is the best way this entire process could have completed.
It's changed a lot, but it is what it is, and let's just move forward.
Yep.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm not going to spend any more time on it. Conference attendance.
Excuse me, can I just ask, are you going to be getting to the special request?
Yes.
That's at the very end?
Well, I got conference. Do you want me to jump down there now?
I
Yeah.
love it. I
Is that why you're here?
Yes.
All right.
You're not just here to hang out with us?
No. You don't love us?
Which
of
which
course
one
I love
which one in particular would you like us to talk about?
Yes.
No, I just want to hear what's happening with all three of them, all of it.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay, let's talk about special requests at the request of the audience.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Audience greatest hits.
All right, the first one is one we tabled last time, which is Porch Fest. We tabled this time to get more information. We now have, agreement from our police department and our highway department and discussion with the Porch Fest committee for a donation back to the village of $3,000 for the event. I'd like to make a motion to approve the Porch Fest event scheduled for Saturday, September 19th, 2026.
Second.
Discussion.
Martina, can I ask you a favor? On the end of our marvelous film application, there's a checklist of all the people who are consulted. Could we pirate that and stick it on the back of our,
I use it internally.
oh, okay, oh, could we see to them?
Oh, sure.
That would, oh, cool, great. That way we know.
Okay.
Well, that's what I'm telling you now.
I know, but that way it's.
Yes.
I usually do that before it gets put on
Yeah.
the agenda.
That's a requirement to get to the board.
Oh, okay. It's all right.
It's a requirement to get here.
You know, when I started here, that was always the question, yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Yay.
We're having Porch Fests.
I'm glad you care, Rick.
I did.
Next on the agenda is Memorial Day Parade. Again, this is something that we support, and we are co-sponsor with the American Legion to host the Memorial Day Parade in terms of filing for the application. I'd like to make a motion to approve the Memorial Day Parade.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next is the Livingston Street Block Party.
I can take that one if you want.
If you want.
The Livingston Street between Mulberry and Parsonage has requested to close that block for the afternoon of May 20th. Nope, sorry,
17th.
May 17th,
So
which
we
is a
talked
Friday.
about the application.
Yeah.
Oh, we're down further, it's
Yeah.
5/17.
May 17th, which is a Sunday. They have offered to donate $500 to the village for the cost of the police.
It's a donation.
It's a donation, yeah, and they offered, they were not, as we can ask, they offered to cover the cost of a police officer to be on duty for that afternoon. They spoke to Pete and Kyle, and they're gonna use the big fancy barriers, and Pete's much calmer about the whole thing. Last year they did this anyway without closing the street, and Pete lost every hair that he didn't have. He's excited that they're actually gonna close the street properly this time.
Make a motion to approve the Livingston Street Block Party.
Second.
Just for further discussion,
Oh.
events are getting harder and harder,
Yeah.
right? And just for everybody's safety and concern, we take it very seriously if somebody wants to host an event in the village, to make sure that wherever they're having that event, it is a safe and secure place to be able to host that. And we do everything within our control to make it that way. So it becomes an additional feature that we need to put additional resources into, where years ago we didn't have to, right? We would put up some wooden barriers and call it a day.
Trash cans and.
Right,
Yeah.
and throw out some trash cans, but that's not the case today. We cannot operate in that function. So the reason for taking these things to a higher level and getting reviews and commitment of people and staffing and everything is a very important thing that I take very seriously, and I would not approve an event unless we had gone through that process.
Oh, and Nejla wanted to make it clear that even people who don't live on that particular block are more than welcome
Oh,
to
yay.
show up.
Oh,
There you
yay.
go.
Okay.
So come on
Good.
over, gals.
But your parking is gonna be screwed up because there'll be a felony.
Well, actually,
Proof of citizenship.
not for this year, obviously, and after what you said, I was wondering if we could ever have a village block party. You know,
Bring
everybody.
it forward. Joanne, and
What do you mean
put
bring-
together a plan.
Oh, no.
And then we need to,
We would need an organizer.
I mean, we do that today with Porch Fest.
Porch Fest is,
Porch Fest is kind of like a village block, village party,
Yeah.
right, where we close off. Porch Fest is downsizing, you weren't probably here, but it's downsized now to be just Livingston and Chestnut. It's no longer gonna be Platt. They're no longer gonna have the event out at the end of Mulberry, out in the fairgrounds. So it's shortened in time, shortened in scope, shortened in size. But given all that, the amount of support that we, the village, have to do to make it safe doesn't change. It's still just as much involved to make sure that we make that area around it impenetrable. Impenetratable is the word, maybe? That
Yeah.
it can't come in. So,
I was just thinking, and I understand that I'm not going to organize this
oh, come on,
thing,
Joanne, have one.
that it would bring people in the village together. Porch Fest brings people from all over, and people doing potluck and everything. Maybe I'm watching too many old Andy Hardy movies, I don't know.
it would be way different
Come
than
to the
having.
Livingston Street one and see how it goes.
I
Right.
will, I've been to a Crossmore.
Yeah.
We on Mulberry had asked maybe a decade ago, and they told us they wouldn't close off Mulberry Street.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing about that particular block of Livingston is it's very quiet traffic-wise and can pull in from that whole neighborhood.
All right, well,
Mulberry's another issue.
Yeah.
But it would be very different, there wouldn't be food vendors. If it was a block, if it was a
Block
village
party.
block party,
Oh.
there wouldn't be food vendors.
yeah, that's what I
It'd
mean.
be barbecue pulled from the
So listen.
backyard, brought out front.
Thank you for your input. Go schedule it and bring it forward and,
You got
have fun.
Great,
it.
thank you.
Thank you.
Now we know why you're here. All
My
right,
party.
mini park fix-up. We tabled this one last time, and I don't remember why, and it's not in my packet.
Because it didn't. The dates, we didn't have the dates on hand, but they do have two specific dates, which I'm sorry, I don't have on me at the moment.
I thought it was like May 17th.
Yeah.
and
May
19th.
Yes.
Right. So is that the only reason we didn't do it?
Correct.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve the mini park fix-up by the Lions Club for the dates they listed in May.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, I'm going back up to conference attendance. I don't mind jumping
If anybody's
around.
following along, sorry.
If you guys don't mind, I don't mind. You're not staying? You don't love us either?
I wanted to know what the block party was.
Oh, okay.
You're more than welcome to come.
We talked about doing a block party on our street, and we don't ask to shut
Yep.
it down. Nobody
Yeah,
drives on our
now
street
that I
anyways.
moved out, you're gonna do it, huh?
No, we've had them, we just don't jump the road down. I didn't know that was an option. Not that anyone drives down my road anyways, but
All
There
right,
you go.
thank you for coming.
no problem.
Conference attendance.
thanks for calling
We
me
have
out.
a request for the Rural Water Conference. Rural Water Conference is something that these guys go to on a regular basis. We have a motion for Brian, this is for Brian Alex on May 18th, 19th, 20, and 21 to attend New York State I can't say that.
And
Rural Water Association Annual Technical Training and Workshop. This gets them their, credits to be able to continue to be able to do that. In addition, at the same conference, we have a request from our Superintendent of Public Works, Kyle Amy, to attend on the same dates, May 18th, 19th, 20, and 21st. And they are requesting the use of the car and additional stayover. I'd like a motion to approve both of them to attend the Rural Water Conference attendance.
Second.
Discussion.
Kyle's truck?
Mike?
yes.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. NICOM annual meeting.
One in the fall or one this spring?
The one in the spring.
This is spring one. This is a request by our village clerk, Martina McClinton, to attend the NICOM conference on May 13th to 15th of 2026. It's a NICOM annual meeting at the Sagamore and Bolton Landing. Cost of the conference fee is $300 plus hotel, mileage, and fees. I'd like to make a motion to approve our village clerk, Martina McClinton, to attend the NICOM meeting.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Last is Civics 101. We're going back to school, guys.
Thank God.
This is, again, our village clerk who is wants to attend a seminar called Civil Service 101. It's dedicated towards emergency response. It's the Emergency Response Center here in Poughkeepsie, so it'll only be recovered for mileage. I'd like to make a motion to allow Martina to attend this overview of local service administration responsibilities and obligations.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye. Thank God someone will understand it.
Yeah.
You want to come?
No. Feels like something you can be the expert at.
All right, moving on to vacation requests. Where do I have vacation requests? Here. Special requests, hang on, I'm getting there. No, that's it.
Number 9. There it was, number 9.
Where are the,
They're not- they're
what
not-
tab are they? They're not out here. All right, so I have it on the agenda. I'd like to make a motion to approve employee number 46 for a buyout of 21.51 hours.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're getting towards the anniversary time for these guys. I'd like to make a motion for employee number 78 for a buyout request of 74.39 hours.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
So carried. Now, we have, I think I mentioned this last time, and I thought we did it, and Martina had to remind me that we did. As we had talked about before, we have gone through a process of dedicating people, and we put out a call for on-call tree services, and we got no response. I'd like to make a motion to extend the on-call tree service request for the village of Rhinebeck till our next meeting on April 14th. Is that enough?
So it would actually go until April 9th.
The May 9th, you said?
April 9th at noon.
Oh, I thought our meeting was on the 14th.
It is.
What's on the 9th? Oh, you requested me by the 9th.
The posting until the 9th. Yeah.
Yes, okay, all right. To post until the 9th. Okay. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes for March 10th, 2026.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm sorry, folks, but that concludes our exciting agenda and our TV show for today. Please come back on our next episode on April 14th for another thrilling, exciting adventure into village government. I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
5 o'clock.
Should we say that we're not doing the meeting on the 31st?
Oh, you're not?
No, we can't split.
Then this.
Again, you want back up?
Did you make a motion to cancel it?
We did.
Yeah.
At a budget meeting?
Yeah, we already did that.
Okay, then just announce.
So are we going to have a separate organizational meeting, or are we going to?
That's already scheduled and been motioned and approved.
Yeah, it's the one on Monday.
Yeah.
Just an announcement to folks who are watching on TV, we are not having our May 31st budget meeting. We finished the budget today. March 31st budget meeting, we finished the budget today.
All right, so all say favor of closing the current episode of village government?
Aye.
Thank you.
My last meeting.